Okay, here we are. And yeah, a little bit later than a build, a little bit of problem with a couple of players getting into the lobby, I believe, but we are underway nonetheless. Going to move straight into it, and as we've discussed, we've got Dizlown on the attack first.
Yeah, how is this going to work out on the attacks?
Kid Storm hold, so nothing really too out of the ordinary. Like see it, I like seeing a Capitão. I like seeing the Valkyrie as well from Dan. So
honestly, I prefer Capitão here when there's a mirror.
Yeah, it can be really good, especially if you want to try and get some HP down off the opposing player and get a firebolt down there and see if you can just get a down or get an injure maybe. But definitely like the Valkyrie play. I think that some of the Valkyrie cams on Oregon can be really really interesting and give you quite a lot of information.
Yeah, for sure. The operator picks here, not too out of the question. Definitely, I like the Legion pick always. I think Legion's a very good operator just for delaying that attack for as long as possible.
I love Legion. The amount of times that you're playing as Legion, and if you place those goo mines correctly, the amount of times you can save a plant from going down is unbelievable.
5 seconds left before insertion.
Yeah. Looking at the attack again, the Capitão pretty good here. I'm not sure what to think about the rest of the attackers, just because I kind of prefer having a thermite here on the attack on the upstairs, just getting Gen open, and it gives you a lot of viability to just run in there. That's normally the default plan.
Yeah, definitely. It can be a little bit difficult with the Hibana. Obviously you've got to get 3 off, and sometimes if you only get 2 or you only get 1 and then you manage to get killed out, it can make things a lot more awkward. And obviously you've got the smoke play there from Sully, so Smoke's always going to be able to, do his best to deny that. But Crunch there wasting no time, getting himself onto main stairs and hopping in drone. And there are the outside Valkyrie cameras, as I was excited for. But yeah, it seems like Crunch is getting his way right up there into Armory Corridor.
This is insanely fast, honestly. Oh, beautiful pick there from Moti to shut down Corey as he did go for the peak. Very nice from him. As Moti now being able to open up Gen and just sort of push it in here. He has Diffuser in hand, and it's only 1 minute into the round.
They've made some fantastic progress, and I love this floor that Crunch has opened up down in Classroom, just giving him a little bit of visibility upstairs. And now we've got Blaz coming through just to open up a little bit of barbed wire. And it seems as though Dizlown have made some sharp progress into getting upstairs control and getting established up there. But Dan is outside, waiting in small office to see if he can get a pick from the double window.
And now we see why you picked Capitão here. You really want to smoke off that connector, but Danny's going to get a kill on the roam. Crunch goes down. Very nice. So
Crunch there getting a little bit confident, opening up floors down below and just getting, fragged out there by Dan. But Alfama now is outside, and that's where Dan was waiting. But Dan picks up another kill with the C4. Muti going to be down, so that's the Hibana.
Yeah, very nicely played indeed. We're seeing a lot of very early frags going down as we move into that final minute.
Blaz there picking up Sully. And I do recall Dan being a bit of a demon with the C4, actually. It's all coming back to me now slowly, but he got as many C4 kills last game as he did with his gun, I'm pretty sure. And that was on Oregon as well.
That's definitely what you're going to see, but we're going to see the attack coming in now. Alphamed's just going to jump in here, and it's looking very nice with that plant, but CT takes him down with a headshot. Dan takes a headshot of his own, and it's all down to sets now on the Capitão. He pushes up. He's trying to get his picks onto Gen, but he's 30 seconds left to go. He doesn't have control of the diffuser. He doesn't have control of the site. He starts getting lit up. It's not looking good for him at all. 20 seconds left to go. He's insanely lit up. And look at the defenders. They're also heavy on the health. Mr. Xbox trying to go from below as Dan gets the headshot onto sets and finishes off that round. That's the first win going to Team Boost.
Great round from Team Boost there. I think that, as we always say, verticality works both ways, and you could see there Jaeger just getting underneath. I believe it was Mr. Xbox, just getting underneath there to try and get a quick kill from underneath. But yeah, definitely staying alive and doing the job. Dan picking up 4 kills as a Valkyrie. Yeah, I do recall fantastic C4 plays last time, and yet again this time we saw it again. 1 C4 and 3 kills with the MPX.
And absolutely doing beautifully with that. As I said, Oregon was all about that roam game, and Dan is the roamer. He's the roamer Valkyrie. You would have thunk it.
Attackers need to locate
Absolutely
as
amazing.
many bombs as they can.
Let's see how they manage to defend downstairs in Laundry. Obviously, with the lack of a mirror, this can be a little bit more difficult, but we are going to see a identical operator lineup from both sides as what we've just seen upstairs. Let's see what they can do. We're going to go get some hatches upstairs.
You know, part of me is kind of surprised they decided to take a Valkyrie yet again, but Dan just got a 4K as Valkyrie, so I'm not really going to doubt it that much. One thing I will be surprised to see here is if they want to play more than 2 roamers.
Well, they've no castle, so I wouldn't expect anyone to play in Meeting Hall for any too long period of time. You know, obviously you could get away with playing 1 or 2 up there, but we've seen castle strats in the past where there's sort of 3 or 4 guys up there.
Well, I was sort of thinking that I'm more looking at CT maybe on the roam here. I think he definitely is going to be on the roam, and Blaz is already in. He's on dining hall. He's just coming up white stairs. I don't think there's going to be much opportunity for a roam as all these drones are going out. Dizlown really going nicely in the coordination here.
Yeah, they've not wasted any time in taking some map control. They've already made the way upstairs. Crunch as well, just meeting up with Blaz there, and we're less than 30 seconds into the game, and they've already got full upstairs control.
For sure, indeed. And very, very quick attack from Dizlown. Very well coordinated. Corey is going to be in this big tower. He could easily get picked here. There's no coordination here from Team Boost to try and get a repick if Corey goes down. Hopefully he realizes this and doesn't play too aggressively.
Yeah, they all seem to be focusing in on Corey. They definitely know that he's there, but that is going to be the sound of a lesion. And Crunch is going to pick that one up. So CT now knows that he's upstairs in attic. He's going to be well aware of that. So potentially CT down here to pick up a trade if Corey does go down, but it'd be a little bit of a difficult one. Blast they're going to be pushing, but Crunch gets the first kill on CT, so that's going to be Legion. Legion, not a great operator to lose so early on. Corey there picks up a kill of his own onto Crunch, leveling out the man count.
Nice refrag from him, but Blaz is going to look it back with a kill onto Sully. That is the smoke down so early. Mr. Xbox, however, getting that refrag. Very nice 3v3 now. And so many refrags going out today. This is very nice to see good team coordination. They cannot deal with Corey, however, as Alpha Armor goes past. The Lions go out, and they've just trapped this bandit in. This is not good for Corey at all. He doesn't have a nitro, but he does go for the peek. He takes down 1, but he doesn't get the other. Loads of flashes coming out, and Muti's just going to push in here now. They cannot find this bandit. Corey's actually escaped.
Corey's done a David Blaine there to get out of attic. I've no idea how I managed that. Lion is going to get revived. I've got to say, this is looking good for... this is looking really good for Dizlown. I think they could pick this one up, you know, purely because of the 2 operators that Team Boost lost in the early stages. To lose a Legion and to lose a Smoke early doors, it's not the best. Those are operators you kind of want to be holding back for later on in the round.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm not sure how Smoke died so early on, but that is absolutely devastating for Team Boost. However, you know, it's still 3v3, and with 25 seconds left to go... Oh, that's a really bad flashbang, Muti. Unfortunate indeed, and that little cock-up is really going to set them back here as the Lions go out, Capitals go down, Dan goes for the nitro, doesn't get it, however. Smoke starts to go out, and looks like the plant is going to finally go down.
So the plant is going down. Sets picks up a kill onto Dance. That's Valkyrie. But the plant is going down right in front of Mr. Xbox, but he doesn't realize it until the last second. Sets gets taken out. Alpha Armor, Corey. All happened too quickly in the end, but the attackers won the round. Alpha Armor picking up 2 kills as the Lion.
That was very interesting right at the end there. The smokes went down, and Mr. Xbox just ran in there like the hero he is and tried to deny the plant. And yeah, no, I think he did realize the plant was going down, but I don't think he knew where it was.
It was right at his feet.
Yeah.
I think he may have even bumped into I believe
No,
it was,
I think he definitely does, yeah.
I think he bumped into, I believe it was Sets, I think, that was planting, maybe the Capitao. It definitely seems to walk into him and then realise that that's where it was all going to happen. But 1-1, pretty equal round count so far. And we're going to see a Kids Dorms hold. Team Boost last time were successful in holding this. It doesn't appear as though Dizlown have changed their lineup any for this, so be interesting to see what they do differently this time.
This is going very much the way that we thought it was going to go down. This defense is going to be more concentrated around holding the kids' dorms than it is around on that basement defense. Laundry hasn't been successful for them so far. It did come down to a 1v1 to be fair, so not that bad, but it was still very, very hard for them to hold on to that area.
Yeah, and I think that the amount of roamers that they played and kind of the positions that people were playing in almost speaks to the fact that we didn't have a mirror. You know, Corey was playing in attic and sort of big tower and did manage to rotate back down to the objective and be one of the last 3 alive.
Well,
but
also Corey is a magician, so that definitely helped.
yeah, well, he's now going to be known as David Blaine. I have no idea how he managed to pull that one off.
He's an escape artist. It's just yeah, that's what they call him. This one, Corey the escape artist.
Dan's outside Valkyrie camera there, just going to get picked off as the blue light flashed up, but he is going to be playing downstairs, and we've seen how lethal he can be from downstairs, especially with the C4.
Well, Oregon, as Al said again, I'll be saying it so much this map because it is all about that roam game. Controlling the map as much as possible is definitely going to be Team Boost's main strategy here, and Dan is going to be core to that. I'm amazed he's being allowed to play in small tower right now because it's such an easy place to get cut off from, and you don't see a lot of comp members playing there.
Usually you just get a drone in there and keep an eye on it, really, but he's being allowed full range, but it's not really mattering too much because Dizlown aren't, you know, approaching that double window at all. Crunch there, going to be making some holes above Laundry stairs, but it does appear as though Mr. Xbox is playing in meeting room just to try and deter him a little bit.
Yeah, Dan's going to rotate now back from small tower, but Dizlown are not doing well on the room clear here. Blad's going to drone in a very awkward position right now as Sets picks up the first kill of the round. David Blaine going down. Sorry, Corey going down.
Couldn't escape those bullets that time, unfortunately. Looks as though we're going to get a bit of a reset here, but this is taking a valuable time, but it is time they've got. Dizlown being very cautious in their attack, and although they've maintained, you know, they've got a lot of map control, they've not really got any, not got any kills on the board aside from Corey just then. So moving into the final minute now, Crunch is going to pick up a kill onto Mr. Xbox, just as I was saying. That is the Jaeger off the board.
And a really nice room clear starting to come in from Dizlown now, clearly making me eat my words as smoke is getting lit up all the way from White Stairs, and we saw Buck do this last time. I'm wondering if Dan is going to try and contest this yet again. Oh, Sully only just missing that shot as Blaz gets the kill onto CT, and they can start to push into the site, and Ash just doing Ash things now, pushes all the way in, but Sully gets the kill onto him. Now a 4v1 situation as Crunch gets the kill onto Dan, and Sully in such a bad situation here right now, and yep, the pre-fire comes out from Crunch, he goes down, and that's going to be the first attack round onto the upstairs for Dizlown.
And it was a good attack. I think that we were maybe expecting a little bit more from them, based on how quickly they entered the map and started getting some kills on the Laundry attack. Maybe that's why we were kind of saying it was a little bit slow. Crunch there, I believe, picking up a 3k. So doing fantastic for his team. Just a couple of kills lacking on Team Boost there. I think that we will definitely see those this round though, as they opt to go to kids dorms once again. Current round count for this for kids dorms is 1 each, so this could go either way.
Corey unfortunately going to get a little bit lit up there from the impact grenade. That's just unfortunate. There's not really a lot you can do to avoid that. It's just unlucky.
It's the risk of the prep phase, isn't it?
Yeah. Everything has to happen so quickly for these teams. Everyone knows what they're doing, and things like that as well. Sully just shotgunning through. That can definitely result in team kills.
10 seconds left.
We have seen some team kills so far, and your heart does go out to them a little bit because you're just like, oh, it's so, it's so avoidable, but everyone's so focused. It is a tricky one. We're going to see some more outside cameras from Dan, but it seems like he's been droned on that one.
He threw it way too far and it hit the outskirts of the map and it got destroyed instantly.
Well, it's arguably even worse.
Yeah, just dust in the wind now, unfortunately.
Now, what I am noticing from Dizlown here is the way that they're attacking is they're focusing quite heavily on getting in through garage, getting in through sort of classroom area, and they've done this now sort of 3 rounds in a row. I'm wondering if we're going to see a little bit of, I wonder if we're going to see Team Boost kind of clock onto this a little bit and just sort of go, you know what, we know that's where they're coming from because they're not coming from anywhere else. Let's go and deal with it a little bit more head on, maybe.
I think their main strategy is more not having too much of a roam game, but having a sort of a lurker game where they try and contest their major areas. They're trying to defend areas like kitchen, like the bottom of white stairs, so that Dan can come out with the nitros late on in the game, and you know he can sort of make his way that way.
Yeah, definitely, and I think that the word you use there, lurker, is really sort of appropriate for how you sort of roam on this map, if you will, because there's not all too many rotations to, you know, rotate through, but you can certainly lurk in areas and hold angles that can be very beneficial, especially late on in the round.
And late on in the round, we will go into the second half of the round. Dizlown still very slow on this attack, but I mean, we saw this last time from them. Their room hunting game wasn't that great at the start, but as we started to go into it, they started to get the refrags, it started to really come out for them. They took down 2 roamers almost immediately as that started, and that was very nice from them. Extra Xbox going to come around into the meeting hall and try and pick up a kill on his roam. This is a really nice flank if it works out for him, because the person who's supposed to be covering it, Crunch, was on his drone, but he's going to get off his drone now. He's going to push up. Not a huge amount of refrag potential for him here. As he goes out, he goes for the drop shot. He gets the kill. Instantly refragged by Extra Xbox though, as Lions start to go out.
And that's a perfect example of getting, you know, refragging the kills. Mr. Xbox there picking up that kill straight away, and Alfama just getting the kill on Sully before getting traded out by Citizen. Citizen picking up 2, 3 kills he gets. Can anyone stop him at this stage? It is all down to Blaz. He does not have the diffuser in hand, and he's running out of time, but he has just seen somebody creeping up white stairs. I believe it is Corey as the bandit. Is he going to get the kill? Yes, manages to pick up the first kill. So he's in a 1 versus 2, although he does get caught in some goo mines, and time is against him.
He's going to get all gooed out here as he tries to rotate around. 15 seconds left to go, and where is he going? He's going to Attic to try and go through the rotate. Probably a good idea, actually. I hadn't thought about that. Legion Mines will go down. He misses it. Oh god, this is not good for him, and he goes in. Citizen picks him up for free, and Blaz unfortunately won't be able to clutch out.
CT there picking up a 4K. That was an incredible little play from him. He kind of got 2 kills with his gun back to back, pulled out the pistol, got another one, got himself composed, threw some goo mines out, you know, found out where Blaz was pushing from, and then managed to pick up the final kill. So just goes to show, as you were saying, Stenab, how vital the Legion can be.
Well, I think it's more just that delay strategy, but definitely you can use him very well for info. I mean, you get so many of those Legion Mines, you can just play him on site, you can put Legion Mines anywhere where you know pushes are going to come from. They're almost impossible to see, and if you're not paying attention, you can really get caught out by it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you saw how difficult it was. He missed it when it went on the floor, and then was like kind of unable to find it again, and had to kind of shoot around to get it. So if you don't get them as soon as they hit the floor, they do just disappear into thin air, those things, and they do become very difficult. But just see the time that it wasted when he was, you know, got caught in the first one on white stairs, then had to pull it out, couldn't push that way because they knew he was pushing that way then, and so on and so on. So let's see how sorry, go on.
My prediction's already been out of the window.
5 seconds to
go. Yeah, mine's not looking great either. We're on 2-2, and I was predicting a 6-2. So unless Dizlown are able to take 4 rounds on the bounce, we will have to see. But last time they were successful in attacking laundry.
Drone deployed.
Yeah, but you know, again, it did come down to that 1v1 situation. It was very close. I mean, there was a lot of delay strategy going on, but Dizlown don't seem to care too much about a delay strategy because they take a very long time to set up, making sure they're doing everything right. They want to use their drones, see how is the site being set up, where are the roamers, how do we want to take this exactly, and they set up for the refrags and they take it very well. But Blaz, he's already into the kitchen, almost gets shot through that meeting hall kill hole that he made. I'm actually not sure how he didn't die there.
No, it did seem pretty clear cut. He doesn't appear to have lost much health at all. Not too sure why he's not using an Ash Charge to open that, but there will be a reason. CT playing really, really tight in meeting room and just delaying. This is all about the time wasting, like we've been talking about. A few Legion Mines out there just to alert him of anyone's presence, and then you know he can sit behind that desk all day and just sort of hold people off.
And that SMG at close range is insanely accurate. It's like a headshot machine. So CT would definitely be able to hold that down for a very long time. As we slowly move to the second half of the round, we see Dizlown's famous attack starting to come through now. As they do go for the setup, and you see Buck is just ready to get in here and start doing the work.
Yeah, Crunch there opening up some lines of sight. Sets has got upstairs open above the stairs. And Corey still, David blaming it up in attic. He's hiding out up there. But it does appear as though Team Booster have still got full meeting room control. And moving into the last minute, that's as good as you can hope for as a defender on this site without a mirror, I guess. Is to have that control. Ooh,
if he rotates again from attic and gets away with it, I'll be absolutely amazed. Loads of nades going out to cut off that rotate, but he's not going to find anything. And it's still a 5v5 situation, no picks from either side as we move into the final minute of the round. And I'm not sure what's happening here for Dizlown. They really need to start getting the picks to the site. They really need to start deploying this utility. And as I say that, Danny's going to be saying insanely aggressively here. He gets picked up for free. And Sets is going to revive his teammate. Crunch going for the reset.
I believe Dan was a bit unfortunate with the C4 there. It just took Crunch down to about 5 hit points. But we're moving into the last 30 seconds and the Lions are going to start coming out. So it seems as though Plant may be going down. Just taking out a Valkyrie camera in the last sort of 30 seconds. That's going to have given him loads of information. Alfama picking up Sully. That smoke off the board. Vital operator in these dying seconds. Citizen picking up Muti. Sets then picking up Citizen again. Mr. Xbox getting set. So kills getting traded back and forth. 3 versus 2. And are they going to be able to get the diffuser down? Corey is on a late flank. Mr. Xbox picks up Crunch. But it does appear that the defenders are going to take that round, taking us into 2-3.
Interestingly, that they've won 2 on the upstairs, they lost 1 on the upstairs, and now they've won 1 and lost 1 on the downstairs defense.
Yeah, I mean, I think it couldn't have been further from what we predicted, really. You know, CT and Mr. Xbox there, fragging it out for their team, 6 kills apiece. And likewise on Team Dizlown, sorry. I believe it's Blaz and Crunch and Alfama, Sets, you know, all doing the bit for the team. But yeah, I mean, we couldn't have got that more wrong. It's gone, we're into the second phase now. So this is going to be Dizlown's turn to defend. And we've moved out of that sort of 3-2 in favor of the defenders. Without a mirror.
Yeah, and surprisingly from Dizlown, they seem insanely confident here for the laundry defense. They are going to go it first. And as you said, no mirror on the board here. It's going to be interesting. And we're seeing a completely different lineup on boost attack, which is interesting, to be fair, because I thought they were going to be bringing a very similar lineup. No Capitao in the mix is a bit of a mixed one for me, and that is a really nice Valkyrie camera. And now, because medics saw him do it, it's going to be completely useless.
Forever and ever.
10 seconds to go.
Now, Corey is definitely going to find that one as the IQ, I'm sure. Seeing an IQ, seeing a Twitch. Twitch is a weird one for me. I understand that the gun is fantastic, but there are no mirrors banned, so, you know, maybe, I don't know what they're really looking to get there. Are they looking to get some, well, maybe they're hoping that they were going to go for kids and trying to get some bandits off the board to open up the wall, perhaps? Not too sure. Again, Zafir, that's a different operator we've not seen. Zafir can be brutal from that hatch.
I think it's more for the soft destruction, honestly, Zofia here. She's kind of like a weird replacement for Book, in a way.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because the main reason that you take Book is so that you can open soft destruction both from above and from below. And there's only really Zofia who can also do that.
Yeah, or perhaps a Jackal, maybe.
Yeah, and you could also argue Ash, but, you know, I feel like Ash is way too useful and she really should be used on the barbed wire instead. That nade almost destroyed Crunch, but it's just going to miss its mark. Unfortunately, Corey not even be able to Kobe that out. And we are going to move in 1 minute into the round now. And again, we're seeing very, very slow plays from both teams here.
Yeah, slow and steady wins the race at this stage. Lots of drone work going out, which is always good to see. And CT won't know how close he was there, but I believe it's Crunch, and he's gone around the corner. Muti there, picking up the first kill, all the way from rear stage.
Wow, what an angle to hold, and no one was expecting that. Muti with a beautiful kill right off the get-go, and it looks like Dan is looking for that refrag. You can just see the Jaeger's head, beautiful. Threading the needle there, he gets the kill onto Muti. I don't think you realize that someone else is also in Big Tower here, as he does get the second kill of Farmer. What? He just walked into open cover there. I bet he had no idea that the door was open. And Corey is still going to be on his own right at the bottom of these stairs, but they really have to think about going for the plant here. They've got some beautiful picks onto the site. but that smoke is still very dangerous. He's going to put his smokes out maybe just a tiny bit prematurely here, as Crunch actually goes for the peak. Loads of pre-fires coming out here as more nades come out. Oh, and ADS is just going to catch it, however.
Yeah, that's tough, and perhaps Zafir could have helped deal with that a little bit, maybe. Trying to burn that ADS out. But it does appear as though Sully will be coming into the party just about now, dodging that C4. Corey there picking up a kill onto Crunch, but Corey also managing to kill his own man in Sully. That is not going to do them any favours. Sets taking out Corey. Now move into a 2 versus 2 with only 25 seconds left on the clock.
Bomb located by
the diffuser is still in the hands of Team Boost, and they do find that kill onto Blaz. That's going to make things huge amounts easier. But they still a Legion in here, and he could easily pick this up, but it's the Xbox with a great peak does take him down. And that's going to be round number 6 going to the attackers. But honestly, a lot closer than I thought it was going to be there.
Yeah, definitely. I think that the Corey unfortunately taking out Sully there with the TK probably made that look a little bit worse than it was. I think that Team Boost did a fantastic job of getting map control. Dan got some fantastic picks. I have no idea how I managed to get 2 from that spot. The pixel peek onto Jaeger, and then getting the frag out onto Bandit over in Meeting. I think
the one on Jaeger was great, and it was very thread the needle. But Bandit, the way that he rotated, he wasn't even looking at the window. It should have been called out. Okay, there's someone outside a big tower. They just shot me. But he just walks right in front of it. He isn't even looking. He wasn't even going for the refrag. He was just trying to get covered.
No, I mean, I think you've got to think that the call went out and it was just maybe lost in translation a little bit. But we are going to see a Kids and Dorm hold, and we're going to see a Mute alongside a Dockerby. Sully preferring the Dockerby this time, and that can be really powerful on Kids Dorms. I think that the DMR can be fantastic at that double window if you're able to kind of get any angles with it. Certainly some of the lines of sight that you can see from way back sort of on the fridge and stuff like that are quite interesting as well.
The big thing for me here with the Dockerby pick is the smokes. I don't think the calls are going to be too useful just because there's a mute in the way here, and 4 mute jammers, there's not a really huge amount of places where you can really put them. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of them on those sort of holding the angle positions, and maybe that's going to affect things.
Yeah, definitely. Smoke grenades, they're going to be coming out, and they're going to be crucial. It's good because it shows that Team Boost are thinking about a plan, and they are a little bit preoccupied by this big tower. Dizlown did prefer to play a little bit in big tower, but Crunch gone for an early run out and didn't bear any fruit, unfortunately.
Citizen's already going to be in here armored. This is an important sort of beachhead for the attackers here. It also allows him to open up this sort of angle here, as Dan does pick up the first kill of the round. Our farmer's already down. That is a nitro off the table, but honestly, it might not even matter that much.
Yeah, the mute jammers are down at this stage. I think the job is largely done. It's good to have the man count, but Dan just proving, an absolute demon with the F2 this game.
For sure, and we're seeing a much quicker round coming out from both teams as refrag comes out from Beauty. Sully goes down. Corey instantly, however, gets that trade onto Crunch very nicely here. Mute and Valk both down. That's both of the nitros off the table.
Yeah, so Sully there, unfortunately getting taken out before any calls, but Mr. Xbox picking up sets. So that's going to take us into a 4 versus 2 in favor of Team Boost. And this one's going to be looking pretty good for Team Boost. Mr. Xbox there picking up another kill onto Blast. So it is all down to Muti. Muti is on about 60 hit points. And he's just going to be looking through that rotation hole up in Attic. Manages to glimpse somebody, but didn't manage to get the kill. But I do believe the attackers are going to be getting the diffuser down right about now.
Yeah, but they're going for this hunt. Corey is in the kitchen. He just misses across as Muti pushes up. Now they're going to know that he's here, and all Citizen has to do is just hold this angle. But Dan gets the kill. He goes for the peek, and Citizen was there for the refrag. Muti really did not stand a chance to.
No, it's a difficult angle. Muti's there in a 1 versus 4. Bit of a difficult one, obviously. I'm surprised that Team Boost committed 2 guys to go and try and pick that kill up. I think, maybe I'm a little bit more conservative, but a much safer player would possibly have been to, you know, just focus on getting the diffuser down and watching the angles. But you can see there, Dan and Mr. Xbox going kill for kill, 9 kills apiece, with CT there sitting on 6.
I gotta say this every time I cast. It's not all about the kills, but you can't win the game passively.
No, without a doubt, and you know, we talk sometimes about, you know, impact kills and kills that make a difference. If you get a kill, for example, the 2 kills that Dan got outside of meeting room, they made a difference. They took out the roamers, you know, in the round previous to last. Yeah, for sure, kills aren't always too important, but you know, when you're winning, they're kind of the most of the reason why you're winning.
For sure, we're actually going to see a pulse for the first time in this series.
I'm surprised it took so long to bring a pulse out. We've seen pulse banned on Oregon previously. Obviously, we've talked about the soft destruction. The C4 is, you know, everyone's friend, really. Ooh, gonna see a little Valkyrie camera there from Blast. But yeah, I mean, the C4s are fantastic. I don't mind the UMP too much, and I think that Pulse can be a great operator. But again, downstairs in Laundry, I'm not sure how much use he's going to be.
Yeah, and this is match point. This is really what it all comes down to. Dizlown really not been doing well on this defense so far. I feel like their roam game has been very heavily lacking a lot. I think that's partly down to their communication. You can really tell just from a lot of the time that maybe the comms aren't going down as quickly as they should be.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, we've talked about the 2 kills in meeting a couple of times now, but like you say, that's something that can get called out relatively easily. It's kind of a direct, you know, you've got a good idea of where he is, and that should really not ever come to fruition. But Sully going to be hitting us with the first dock call there, and moving himself up to White Stairs. And I do believe that someone's playing in Attic.
Yeah,
Alpha Armor.
Yeah. I mean, Bandit in the Attic is just it's a play right out of Year 1 Season 1. You see Bandit play in this area so much, it's insane actually. We saw Corey doing a magic trick in Bandit in Attic as well. We've seen so many roamers here from Dizlown, but they're not really making too much of an impact.
No, I mean, they're wasting a bit of time. You know, neither team have got a kill at this point, so it's difficult to say who is in control, although Team Boost have taken, you know, the majority of upstairs control, and it does look as though we're going to see a bit of a skirmish there. Muti and I believe Doc will be down at the rear stage, just maybe coming to blows, but CT they're going to be looking at starting to clear this Attic and getting some kills on the board.
And they are getting set up now just to go into the site and start going for that plant. But there's no kills on the board from either side right now, and that advantage will actually be denied by Crunch. Nicely played by him. And we're going to move into the final minute of the round, and they really have to start deploying some utility here if they want to move on to the site and close this out. CT will get the first kill of the round. Alfama is out of it. And this is some really nice flank watch going on, and Dizlown really have to push through it if they want to start getting the kills.
Corey here probably about to pick up a kill onto Corey if he does just jump in. But this is where I'd like to see a Capita, you know, because you could really push Pulse out of that little sort of pocket that he's playing in downstairs. And that's maybe where, you know, Capital comes into his own on this hatch.
4v5 situation, 20 seconds left on that clock, and Crunch is going to go for these peaks, but CT takes down Sets, and a beautiful flank here from Blaz. Actually, it wasn't even a flank, he just pushed straight up into them. Blaz nicely getting that kill, and he gets another kill. Corey's out of it. Oh my god, what is going on right now? Down in CT with the refrags, however, and it's a 1v2 situation all down to Muti as Citizen goes to put down the diffuser, but he gets denied from it. Oh my god, that came down so close to the wire. Muti finally being able to deny that fuse and just saves Dizlown from that loss for one more round.
Muti there coming out, but I think the play of the round's got to be on Blaz. That push straight up to the stairs just to say, actually, the smoke, you know, the smoke's gone out. I know they're going to come and get the plant down. I know they're probably on the stairs. Just pushing up and getting 2 kills back to back. Yeah, fantastic play there from Blaz. Muti as well, playing the really slow sort of lurker roam game there, waiting his round out in Watchtower and then making the rotation down through meeting when it mattered to be able to pick up those final kills.
That was such a late roam game from Dizlown, but it worked out so well for them. The instant retake strategy, and I gotta say, the Valkyrie hero plays. Just run straight into them and shoot them in the head. It's that easy.
Yeah, crazy. It really, but you know, sometimes it's what you least expect, and I think that obviously the aggressor does have the advantage in Siege most of the time. So, you know, there's nothing wrong with showing a little bit of aggression sometimes.
Yeah, just a little bit of aggression, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
Dizlown
that was
definitely doing a lot better on that round, but it did definitely come down to the wire. Good to see another mute coming out from Dizlown.
And we're also going to see a Jackal from Sully. So Sully deciding that Dockerby is not the operator for him this time, and he's going to opt for the Jackal. So
he's still got smokes, sir.
Yeah, still got smokes, but potentially he's looking to maybe shut down that late roam game that we just saw from Muti in the previous round, and try and maybe account for some of these Team Boost players a little bit earlier on.
It seems that Team Boost really want to concentrate more on that roam hunting game, and we have seen a little bit of that from both teams. Maybe Dizlown play a little bit slower than Team Boost are used to, and Dizlown really don't want to risk their roamers, but as I say that, Crunch is going to go for an insanely aggressive peek onto Citizen, takes him down immediately off the board. No refrag potential at all.
And they're the kills that count in these kind of situations. Mr. Xbox is going to be putting some pressure onto Armory, and this is where Sully is going to come in, and he's going to go in strong. I thought he was going to get his jacket scanner out and start finding some footprints for us.
Yeah, hopefully, but still, 4v5 situation. There's a lot of times where you're Jackal and you scan the footprints, but you can't do anything about it.
No, not at all, but, you know, sometimes it is nice to know where someone is, and it kind of puts the pressure on the defender there to, you know, stay alive, and maybe they can make sort of careless rotations because they feel like they've got to rush a little bit.
Sully just going to be holding down the angle here into Garage as Corey comes around into the bathroom corridor and sets with very aggressive plays here. He's insanely lit up, and he's actually going to get away with it. I think Dizlown are actually all magicians. This is what they do in their scrims, is they practice how to get magically back to the objective.
Muti there picking up a kill onto Sully, so Jackal going to be off the board, and Corey unfortunately not picking up a kill there onto Set. Set is super lit, and that was a fantastic kill from him, but Dan, he's aware that someone is definitely going to be in the attic, although he's not able to
You have a nitro! You have a nitro, you just use it! Crunch is going to go down! What is going on? Mr. Xbox picks up that kill for free. 4v2 situation, and Boost is starting to slowly bring this back. How is Dan still allowed to play for free outside of the attic? I'm not sure. Danny's going to rotate, however, into Big Tower. No, he's going to go around. But he has to start playing with his teammate now if they want to clutch this out.
That's Alfarmer's there going to pick up Dan, so it is going to lead us into a 4 versus 1 situation. Mr. Xbox with it all to do, only around 10 hit points remain, maybe a little bit more, but not very many hit points at all. And although the wall is open, he's going to get hit with the smoke. He's going to get hit with the goo mine, and he is going to go down.
There was no way he was clutching that. It's just unfortunate. And yeah, just the goo mines. That Legion is just essential, as we're saying over and over again.
He is, and that's the reason why you get yourself down into those sort of situations, and it just takes away the opportunity to be able to clutch. You know, if you're left as last alive with, you know, potentially 6, 7, 8 goo mines knocking about out there, you're definitely going to run into 1 or 2 of them, and that's going to just sap the time and sap your HP.
And Team Boost, they were doing so well. They're on the match point for so long, and now Dizlown have finally taken it back to 1 round within overtime. Very, very nice from them. And honestly, their roam game's been so much better in these later on rounds. Their communication has definitely stepped up a bit. They've definitely woken up, and yeah, I think maybe defense is having a little bit of a hard time on both sides here. It definitely took Team Boost a couple of rounds to get into it.
Yeah, I mean, they came out of their defensive phase on top. They came out 3-2, so, but they did lose early rounds. So yeah, like you say, it is always a difficult one. You know, I think that Dizlown maybe have been sort of waiting around for the game for quite some time. They might have come in a bit cold. I know we did have a little bit of, you know, wait time before the match, so that can always play into things as well. You know, people get distracted and stuff like that. So, but good to see that everyone's, you know, they're pulling it back now, and I can definitely see this going to overtime now, whereas if you asked me 2 rounds ago, I'd have said, no, this is going to be a clear win for Team Boost. But now, I can definitely see an overtime.
Bomb located by attackers.
I honestly think this is going to go to overtime, and if it does, remember, we do have infinite overtime. This could go on for a very long time indeed.
It certainly could.
Especially what you got to consider in an infinite overtime, you have to win both of the defenses, and with Laundry being very, very hard to hold on to at the moment, I think that could go on for a while.
Yeah, that's the difficulty, isn't it? When there's one site that's very viable and then there's one site that's a little bit difficult just because of the operator bans. It can really sort of throw you that. Down there going to be pushing through into bunker entrance, and we've got Muti watching the stairs. Although...
Oh, he does actually know that. I don't think Muti knows that he knows that he's there.
Let's see what magic they managed to pull off down there, picking up the first kill. Instantly looking for the next one. Corey and Mr. Xbox all backing him up now, so they're going for a backside push. And
they're all just in
something we've seen.
They've got the diffuser. Electric's hatch isn't being watched at all. Blaz does actually go down to watch it now, but he's watching the wrong side. They're already in the site. Get on the side. Dan is going to get the kill. The plant starts to go down. Sully and Dan both picking up kills. Now it's a 1v4. Set's getting a double kill with a shotgun as he pushes through into Electric. The diffuser is down, however, and Sully is actually... What the hell?
Defenders have eyes on the diffuser.
And Sets has done it.
What? Sets with the 4K clutch as the smoke shotgun is taking this to overtime.
I think that's the first 1v4 clutch we've seen with the diffuser down, all with the shotgun as well. Fantastic plays from Sets, and it just goes to show that, you know, even if you get the diffuser down, you've still got to stay alive.
Our producer is actually saying, yeah, make sure you got all these things ready for map 2, and I'm sorry, but it's just not going to map 2 just yet. And we are going to be moving through into overtime, and as we've been saying, this could be a very long overtime indeed, and we're only on the first map of the day. We've still got another game after this.
That's going to hit Team Boost pretty hard. To have the diffuser down in that sort of situation on a match point, when all they've got, you know, they've gone in, they've done exactly what they wanted to do. They've obviously said, right, let's just push backside, let's get the diffuser down straight away, and let's just protect it from there. They've done that, but what they've not accounted for is Sets, and Sets picking up the 4K with the shotty.
That was... I don't even know. I don't have any words. They shouldn't have got away with that. That shotty, I think people really underestimate how powerful shotguns are at close range. There was a time where things were known as the Sniper 90, and it didn't go well for shotguns at the start. They were very, very overpowered, and I think people have forgotten that time where shotguns were incredibly powerful. They're still very powerful, but only at those close ranges.
Crazy plays. We are going to see a kids dorm hold now. We've obviously switched sides once again. It is now Team Boost's turn to defend, although as it is overtime, they will be defending for 2 rounds, and whichever team that wins must win by 2 clear rounds.
But I mean, Team Boost did pretty well with this defense. They proved that they're capable of defending both the top floor and the laundry basement defense, so maybe it's going to be pretty hard for them. But Dizlown are not messing around anymore. You see him. You see his guest appearance. It's Lion.
Lion's been a staple of Dizlown so far, hasn't he? He's still opting to pick him, still thinking he's a viable operator. And I definitely agree. I think the weapon that he's got is fantastic. The Vector's a really great weapon.
And well, you weren't actually casting me, but it was me and Medics we were talking about during Monday's games that, honestly, Lion's gun is probably one of the best guns in the game right now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It is absolutely insane.
Sets is just looking for a kill, but that was a little bit of unfortunate there from Blaz. I think he managed to take out one of Muti's ex-Kairos.
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah.
With an Ash charge. It's little things like that that kind of, you know, it's not a big mistake, but it's definitely going to cost, and it's definitely going to make things a little bit more difficult. Crunch has already made his way into Attic, and it does seem that Dizlown have taken good control, although Mr. Xbox is still on the roam, I believe.
Honestly, if they win this attack, it's going to put them in a really bad position. Muti does get the kill onto Corey, and that is going to be the first kill of the round. Sully's insanely lit up. How does that even happen? But oh, what a shot from Blaz. He gets the headshot to Mr. Xbox. 5v4 situation technically, because Sorry, 5v3 situation. I mean, the line's still down, but he could easily get revived here. He's not in a dangerous position. And we're going to be moving slowly into those last few seconds of the round where you got to think, where is the defuse going down? It's starting to go down very soon indeed as Dan goes rotate around. He still has the nitro in hand. How does he miss those shots? Blaz, he's still getting out of that for free. And they're going to know this Valkyrie's still in the room. Crunch takes down Sterling finally. And now it's a 5v2 situation. Lions start to go down. Capital Ball starts to go down. Blaz gets the headshot to Dan. And now it's all down to Citizen.
Attackers have located a bomb.
The plant is going to be going down in the hands of Muti as CT picks up his first kill onto Blaz. He has got four more left to get, sorry. And it doesn't look great at the moment. We got, I believe it's Alfama playing on white stairs, and Sets is going to pick up the kill from outside from the single window. So that's the first round of the overtime going to be going to Dizlown. And now it's all up to Team Boost and whether they choose to go back upstairs or whether they choose to take it down to Laundry.
I think they will go upstairs. I think it's the easier defense.
Yeah, I think they'll go upstairs, although it does look like they're going downstairs, which is weird.
What are these kills right now? So many frags on the table from both teams. I think that's to be expected, though, from when a game goes to 11 rounds.
Yeah, I mean we're entering the 12th round now, aren't we? So yeah, the kills are gonna come. I think there's been some standout performances from both sides, really.
Fortunately, no one is dropping a donut, because if I was dropping a donut in this game, I'd be upset. I mean, it's not all about kills, guys, but you gotta have a bit of a psychological effect when you're not dropping any kills yourself.
Yeah, I definitely think that both teams are going to be moving into this round pretty confident.
10 seconds left.
Dizlown there, possibly seeing a bit more of a boost after watching Sets shotgun ace, but you know, it's always a tricky one. Now they've got to go downstairs and do the same thing. They've got to go downstairs and win it. So if Team Dizlown win this round, they're going to go through and take map number 1. However, if Team Boost manage to pull it out of the bag, the overtime moves over, and then we will see Dizlown try and defend.
Prediction?
This stage, I'm saying that Dizlown are going to win this round. As I say that, Corey manages to get taken out. Sorry, Corey manages to take out Blaz. That is the ash off the board. I'm going to stick with my prediction. I still believe that Dizlown can clutch this round out, although Corey is playing in the attic once again, and Crunch is going to pressure the point.
Honestly, Corey has been doing so well on this attic room. I really believe he could get the second kill here, even onto the book. He's got to know that Crunch is waiting for him. He's got to know that at least someone is hunting him down. You know, they need to go for that refrag. Dizlown is just waiting here. Crunch, you missed it. Oh, no. And Corey is still going to be playing very aggressively in the attic. And how did Crunch not get that kill?
I don't think that Corey heard Crunch hit the barricade, or I don't know if he missed or not, but it's just all so close, and with the spectator outline, it makes it so exciting. You know what's coming, but the players don't even know what's coming yet. As the drone comes in, Corey's going to be left with a decision. Does he jump out or does he save his life? He's going to choose to play it safe, as does Crunch. Crunch realizes someone's in there and choosing to rotate out. So we're still in a 5 versus 4, and Dizlown haven't taken as much control as they usually do. Sets is downstairs, outside down. He's going to be getting reset right about now.
And
Dizlown may be playing this
honestly,
round a little bit slower.
yeah, well, they have been playing pretty slow on their attack so far, but we do see that they set it up and they do it well afterwards. But their roam clear not being that great, they didn't get the refrag. Drones are going to start coming out onto the site, and you see all of the defenders almost, except from Corey, still on that late game roam. As usual, the nitro goes out from Dan, just misses. That's unfortunate. I'm pretty sure he almost found Sets there.
It's not often that Dan misses his nitros. Muti, they're going to be pressuring the bottom of the stairs as the first of the smoke grenades are coming out. Flashbangs coming out, and Dan going to take this really aggressive spot at the bottom of the stairs, managing to pick up the first kill onto Muti, so that's diffuser down. Second kill onto Alpha Armor. Sets taken out down there, and it's now going to be down to Sets. He is in the smoke and is going to just about manage to stay out of that. Sets and Crunch versus 4 of the Boost players.
Looking very nice for Boost right now, as Sets is in such an awkward position. If he tries to go for the plant, someone is surely going to pick him up. As Crunch, he's trying to play on the hatch, trying to clear it out for him. Frag Grenade is going down to sort of rotates as the plant starts to go down. And this is insanely close, even though it's a 4v2, much better position here, but Mr. Xbox gets the kill. Sully gets the kill to finish it off, and Boost gets the round, and we're going to go to double overtime.
So this is crazy because if someone asked you who's going to win laundry attack, you'd say, you know, attackers are going to win it. If someone asked you who's going to win laundry at overtime and all that sort of stuff, it's just mental. I can't believe that Team Booster managed to pick up the round there.
I feel like I need to stop making predictions, because every time I make a prediction, the game goes to overtime.
It's Caster's curse. It's a real thing.
Caster's curse, yeah.
It's a scientifically proven real life thing that affects everybody that casts anything.
We should start a charity or like a trust fund for it to find a cure. Caster's curse.
Research for Caster's curse.
Yeah.
High frag game there. Dan, CT, and Mr. Xbox all over 10 kills.
Defenders,
Dan
protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Absolutely killing it on the Twitch, killing it on the Valkyrie, doing a fantastic job. But we're now into Dizlown's defense, so they're going to opt to go upstairs to Kids and Dawns. And we're going to see Blaz do a little bit of remodeling in the attic, making it just the way he likes it, with the hatch open, small rotate, and I believe that Alpha is going to play in the attic once again.
I don't want to make a prediction anymore. We're past that, and I just want to see what's going on. Things I will say, however, is Dizlown definitely picked up their defense into the later rounds, but is it going to be the same? These Valkyrie cams from Crunch, he's on another level. High IQ plays out here, and speaking about IQ, there's actually going to be no IQ coming out from the attackers. So.
I might be incorrect, but I don't believe that Team Booster brought a Lion yet.
No, I don't think they have either. That's definitely an interesting change, but I think Lion has proven such a powerful operator right now against Team Boost that they've decided, you know what, we're in double overtime. You want to finish this off the hard way, they're going to finish off the hard way. Pre-fires come out. You cannot wallbang that, however, as Sets gets the kill onto Sully. Oh my god, Moti! He does actually manage to down Corey, but doesn't finish him off at all, as Dan takes the angle on there, and Moti, he's just out of there. Look, he's gone. He's in the wind.
Yeah, I mean, Muti played in rear stage quite a lot last round, and was very on a previous Team Boost defense of this objective, and was very successful in there, picking up the late roam and coming in and getting the frags and saving the day, but not being allowed to play in there for very long this time at all.
Dan going to be opening it up into Big Towers. Corey does actually push all the way down here. Moti still getting away with this somehow. Still insanely lit up, but he's having such a good roam game right now.
Drone is going to be coming out from Corey, and he's going to find Muti pretty quickly. Although Muti's going to pressure the point, and he's going to reposition and just try and catch Corey off guard. It does appear as though Corey is struggling to find him on the drone, so maybe he doesn't know where he is.
He's actually going to be pushing up here. Lines on his drone. No, Corey. That's such an aggressive place to drone, and no one was covering him. Dan needs to go for the flank here to try and get the refrag, but Moti's still all the way downstairs. Citizen is going to push him out from the side as Dan goes down onto the big tower stairs, and they have to push him out from both sides, but they're wasting so much time for a kill onto a Roma who's making so much impact right now.
C4 they're going to be coming out from Crunch unsuccessfully, although the pre-fire comes through the wall, and he's now going to be stuck in Gen. Not the best place at all. Although Crunch there picking up the kill on CC, so not a bad place in hindsight as the smoke grenades come out. Mr. Xbox picks up the first kill. He's still got to deal with Crunch in master bedroom. And Crunch is going to press the point.
Push around, and he does not get killed, but almost dies. He does get the kill, however, onto Mr. Xbox, and now it's a 4v1 situation. Dan rotating up White says, not gonna realize the leash is hey, no, he does right in the end. He picks him up for free. 3v1 situation now, but it wasn't meant to be. His Crunch picks him up with a headshot, and now that's looking very nice for Dizlown right now. Is that it? We're silence after that round.
There's nothing left to say. I mean,
there's nothing left to say. Right? No more casting, guys. That's it. We're out.
It's just back and forth. It's absolutely back and forth, and I'm going to make a prediction that it's going to be Dizlown. I'm going to make a prediction 8-6 Dizlown at this stage.
Absolutely abysmal. Honestly,
Defenders, protect
roam
your bombs
clear
from being
from Team
defused by
Boost.
attackers.
They
Yeah,
let Jaeger get away with so much.
It's a difficult one because I'm not sure. There's obviously a reason for it, and you know we've got you know almost a third-person perspective on the whole game, and we can sit here and say whatever we like. But you know, and that doesn't mean to say that what we say is right. But from the outsider looking in, I'm pretty confused as to why the CT playing Ash and Dan playing Twitch didn't push from both sides. One from the sort of main stairs area, if you will. And
I
one
think
from the rear stage.
that was the initial plan. But then they realized they do not have enough time left to go and hunt down a roamer in the basement when the objective is in the top floor, and they just rotate accordingly, which is probably, honestly, was the better thing to do. But again, like, he shouldn't have been able to be down there with a minute left anyway. He should have died a lot sooner. There was that time in Big Tower where he should have died way early, and the big thing that started that out for me was Lion droning on Big Tower stairs in an insanely aggressive spot with no cover.
Yeah, because I mean Dan was pretty close to Lion at that stage, so he definitely could have, you know, maybe droned from, you know, outside the small door at the, you know, outside near Big Tower. So there was definitely more options there, I think. But it does appear as though Dan is going to be pushing that same door that I was just talking about, and this could really go either way. CT's there, got a pretty aggressive angle on the double window, looking to try and do a bit of a roam clear upstairs. We're going to have Alpha Armor playing in the attic once again with Muti in Watchtower.
Yeah, and this is pretty aggressive again from Muti. He's done very well with it so far. I'm wondering if he's going to be able to do even better with it. And he does actually manage to down Dan already. He could actually die here if he managed to... If Crunch actually pushes up here and tries to get the kill. But I don't think he will, just because of how risky that is.
No,
and
it's
Dan's
definitely
slowly going to be bleeding out.
It's definitely not worth it at this stage. We've seen a lot of players getting downed outside, and I think that speaks to sort of how aggressive Oregon can be played in terms of runouts and spawn peaks, and there's loads of windows, there's loads of potential for it, and it just goes to show that Team Boost are not looking to go down without a fight there. But again, a very slow round. We're already halfway through. Muti's now going to be going up the ladder into the top of Watchtower, maybe looking to pick up a kill.
And still very, very slow indeed from Team Boost, but we are going to see them start to come in now. They do have to pick up this round, or they're going to lose the map, and we're not going to see another overtime. As the Xbox does pick up the first kill of the round, Alpha Armor is going to go down. It's not too big of a kill, but it is a kill nonetheless. 1 minute left remaining, and we're still seeing these late game roamers. They're still posing a threat. They could come in for this late flank as the diffuser tries to go down here.
Yeah, I mean, this is the problem with not being able to get the roamers accounted for. It makes the push really difficult because you're then sort of pushing, you know, potentially 5-on-5, whereas you kind of want to stack the odds in your favor a little bit. Smoke grenades there coming out, and it does look as though that is going to hold to Corey just a little bit. C4 coming out from Blaz, that's going to pick up Sully, so that leads us to a 4 versus 4. All still to play for. Corey downstairs at the bottom of the stairs. Baited out the second smoke grenade. 22 seconds left on the clock, so there's definitely enough time to get this plan down, but Blaz is going to push up aggressively again. Pick up 2 kills. Sets picking up 1 in the middle. It is all going to be down to Dan, and could this be a round for Dizlown? Yes, it can. Crunch picking up the final kill onto Dan, and that is going to be the end of map 1, going to Dizlown.
After a double overtime as well, so incredible plays from both teams. I would just like to note out what was actually an ace from the smoke. I don't know how Sets did that, but it was amazing.
Yeah, I got confused at the time. I thought it was a 4K, but we've since been sort of confirmed that it was an ace. And look at him there, picking up 15 kills. But again, high kills on both sides, and a really balanced map, a really, you know, really back and forth. Dizlown there, just taking the edge towards the end, I guess. They started a little bit slow, but they finished very strong.
And I believe we're going to try and get into the second map.
And that is going to move us into map 2.
Yeah. And yeah, there will actually be new operator bans for Coastline. Just in case you didn't know that, we do have a new round of operator bans every single time, so we're going to be going to that screen sooner rather than later. and see what exactly the operator bans are. I think we did do a few predictions for this after just seeing what we just saw. What do you think? Has anything changed for you?
Sorry, I was just the voice chat was just messing up a little bit there, but no, our predictions for this map. What were the predictions that we made? We made was it a 6-3, I believe, in favor of Dizlown.
Yep.
I don't really want to make a prediction because it was so close. It was really like these two teams are too closely matched. I think this goes to what we were saying earlier with about how the top seed can play the bottom seed. I mean, Team Boost, I don't think that they are the bottom seed. I believe they're fourth. So this is like rank 1 versus rank 4. But still, we're seeing such level of competition where they're just trading blows back and forth, back and forth. Don't really want to make a prediction on it. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw another OT. Certainly wouldn't be surprised if Team Boost won it and we saw a map number 3.
And it doesn't look like we're actually going to have an operator ban screen here, but you can see some operator bans coming out. I think we lost 6 Striker.
I think I might be back. Yeah, I'm back.
Okay.
Sorry about that. The client just crashed there on me a little bit, but yeah, we are going to be moving into Coastline. Not sure how much of that you heard, but yeah, definitely a really close one, and I wouldn't be surprised if Coastline's very similar.
Yeah, and the operator bans for Coastline are going to be Twitch, Lion, Mirror, and Pulse.
So Dizlown are going to start on the defense this time, and Dizlown banning out the Twitch and the Pulse. So, the Twitch ban kind of being countered a little bit there by Team Boost bringing out the Mirror ban.
I don't know. What do you think of that? I mean, we saw a Mirror ban going to happen again.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of predicted the Mirror ban a little bit. Lion's a bit of a different one to see because obviously we saw him allowed in Oregon, so that was a little bit. If you kind of see him in one map, you expect to kind of see him in all of them because you think both teams are comfortable. But Team Boost there just opting to switch out there and change it up a little bit. Maybe I think that obviously the Dizlown did very well. I think it was Alpha Armor playing the Lion the majority of the time, so they did very well on Lion on Oregon.
Yeah, and Lion's a pretty common ban, I would say. One thing we didn't really predict is that there was supposed to be a Ying ban here, but there ended up not being.
Yeah, I mean, it goes back to what we were saying, really, doesn't it? Where, if you see an operator banned once, you kind of expect the operator to be banned again because you think that the team is, really uncomfortable with playing with that operator or playing against it. But I don't really know how much impact a Ying has on Coastline.
Yeah, that's true, but I think maybe it's one of those things where, from what I said anyway, is that more when you're banning Ying, it's more that you don't want to deal with the Ying rather than it being a specific map strategy.
Yeah, definitely. Well, yeah, it's definitely is the map strategy that comes into it, isn't it? And maybe the kitchen window on Coastline is a bit of a point of contention for a Ying, or maybe service door. So, let's see what we are able to see. One thing is for sure, it's going to be a close match. If there is anything to be certain of, that much is certain. Okay, it does appear as though we are going to be looking to get underway pretty shortly. What's your where do you think that blue team are going to go? Sorry, where do you think that orange team are going to go first? Where do you think that Dizlown are going to choose to defend?
Just because there's no mirror now, I don't really want to say penthouse. I kind of want to make a quick prediction of Hooker.
Let's see what we're able to see. Hooker is a pretty popular one. If I was to predict, I'd say Sunrise.
It's kind of just a mixed bag because honestly, all 4 of the defense sites on Coastline are all viable. It's supposed to be one of the most balanced map, and yes, you see it, Troika.
You're right. Well done.
It's all good. I knew it was going to happen. There was always faith.
Gotta have faith. Gonna see a sledge brought out from Sully, and looks as though Dan was going to take the Ying, but he's going to switch things up with Corey last minute, and Corey will take the Ying. So as soon as Ying is made available, we are going to see her played. Could this be a secret weapon from Team Boost?
I don't know. I don't know at all, because to be honest, there are some people who are better at Ying than others. And some people who I think maybe notable members of that are going to be Sir Boss from T3H, who has done insanely well in Challenger League this season with Ying, and also Hungry as well in Pro League. They're two very notable Ying players in my mind. I'm wondering if we are going to see another one on the board.
Well, Corey has proved himself thus far as a magician with Bandit. Very competent IQ. I think he picked up the Lion last game as well, so he's definitely, got the ability to play any operator he would choose. And we are going to see, as Sterno very kindly predicted, Billiards and Hooker Lounge. And we're also going to see a Castle brought out. I think we're going to see a lot of Castle here on Coast. It does seem to be a very popular operator. Also going to see the Valk. So we've not really had that many games where I think that, Valk's been on the board. Valk's seen quite a high ban rate so far. And, some outside Valk cams on Coastline can be pretty difficult to spot sometimes.
I don't know about that, honestly. I feel like maybe the one map where Valkyrie gets banned quite a lot is Consulate, but that was one of the first map bans.
Yeah, Consulate's I'm really upset. I really enjoy watching Consulate play out. It's one of my favourite ones. Corey there going to be wasting no time getting himself settled onto DJ booth and starting some early round drone work. Crunch is going to be downstairs, and is he potentially going to be looking for a run out? The back door is open to service, so he has got that option if he so wishes, or if he sees something on the camera that he likes the look of, but he is going to get droned out a little bit. I'm not sure if he managed to spot those ones. Or potentially they're on now. It looks like they maybe have been on the top floor, as we are in the spectator view. So I really like how they've reinforced the that wall in VIP. Because CT's there now trying to get that open, and he's kind of looking at it thinking, "Oh, I can't get that open." It's usually a really popular soft wall to open up and to get a good line of sight down into the billiards room.
Yeah, and that has wasted a little bit of time, but not too much time. Nicely played there by Team Boost to notice that and get it down immediately. And they could set it up very nicely for the crosses. They're all watching these crosses, but Dizlown are very creeping up here. Crunch and Sets are going for the flank. Sully will be watching it. He's going to look away at the last second. Dan is going to get the kill onto Blaz. However, first kill of the round. Castle's out of it. And Crunch almost picking up a free kill there.
Crunch just narrowly missing that little wallbang, but Sledge is going to pressure the point, and is he going to be able to pick up the kill? As Crunch was in his camera, it doesn't appear so. C4 comes out, doesn't manage to hit his target. Sully and Crunch locked in. Mr. Xbox picking up a kill on Sets. That's going to be the Legion off the board, so one less to worry about for Sully, but it does appear as though he's got the support of CT, and Valkyrie has dipped out.
A nice drop shot coming out from Muti as he almost got the double kill. I was so sure of it. As CT picks up one, Sully gets another one. Now it's a 3v1 situation. Hold on to Crunch, but he's not even on the site. He doesn't have a nitro. It's not looking great for him. He's about 25 health as he rotates up Cool Vibe stairs. The diffuser goes down, and now Dan's going to be watching the cross, just lining it up a little bit. He does pick up the final kill of the round, and that's going to close it out very nicely for Team Boost.
Great round there from Team Boost, just proving what what a decent roam can do, and the way that they were roaming downstairs, kind of hanging out in kitchen. I believe it was Sets. Sets was the Legion who managed to get traded out. But yeah, just the way that they played that one was perfect. Crunch and Sets rotating around really slowly, coming up the stairs and managing to close out the round.
Much better performance from Team Boost here, but I feel like it's kind of because they're on the attack first.
Yeah, it can always be a little bit easier on the attack first because, as the defense, you've kind of got to prep your strats and you've got to figure out which strat you're going to go with. But as the attack, you can kind of just take a good selection of operators and be prepared for most circumstances.
Yeah, sure. I agree with that. Seen some nice cams coming out from Blaz pretty much every single time. He's pretty good Valkyrie, I would say. He has some very nice...
Yeah, we've definitely seen some nice Valkyrie cameras. And it's good to see that we're seeing a lot of Valkyrie picks as well. I do really like Valkyrie as an operator, especially on, you know, coastline, especially on Oregon. She can be really handy, as we've seen earlier. But we are going to be moving into a sunrise bar hold, and this is where you're going to lose that mirror ability.
10 seconds remaining.
For sure.
5 seconds to go.
We obviously, I was going to say predictions, but we're trying to avoid making predictions ever since the caster's curse has hit us both. It's just not very well.
I'm going to predict that we're going to come out. I'm going to make one. I'm going to predict that we're going to come out of this phase probably 3-2 in favor of Boost. Oh, Alpha Armor there picking up a early kill onto Sully. So that's going to be Crunch picking up a second one. So Corey is going to be down. So that is going to be Ying and Sully as the sledge off the board pretty early on.
Very nicely played by them. A 3v5 situation now. Not looking too great for the Team Boosters attack. And, you know, then their roam clear again isn't being that great. Their Ying is already off the board. The Sledge is already off the board. That's a huge amount of utility ops going away. The soft breacher from Sledge is definitely going to affect things on coastline. Because as we did say before, there's a lot of vertical play that you can really do here on coastline. It's very, very destructible.
Yeah, absolutely. The vertical play on coastline, like you say, losing Sully early doors is going to really hurt them. And Ying off the board so early as well, like, it just doesn't make any sense.
For sure, a 3v5 situation now, and 1 minute into the round, that's a lot of frags to go down so early, as Dan does peek up onto Sunrise, tries to see what's going on as CT does repel up. Mr. Xbox is already actually in, and we're seeing a lot of action going on, but it's very, very far and wide apart. Dan is finally going to rotate up now, as the Dokkaebi call's surely going to be going out sooner rather than later. As you move into the second half of the round now, CT all up on his own, really. Not a huge amount of free frag potential, but it looks like they are going to start pushing up now. This Sunrise defense is going so well for Dizlown right now. They're holding it down so well. Their roam game is on point, and Team Boost are really going to have to do something very surprising if they want to push in here.
Yeah, Team Boost are not looking in the best of shape at the moment. Like you say, moving into the final sort of minute of the round now. Some drone work going to be coming out there from Dan. Just picking up Alpha Armor on the drone, and CT just narrowly missing him through the drone hole.
Yeah, just about 50 seconds exactly left on that score time, and there's just no push really coming out. There's no frags going out. Dizlown have a tight hold on this, and as I say, Alpha Armor picks up a kill onto CT. That is your fragging potential gone on that Ash. 35 seconds left to go, and Dan is all on his own as Cess gets a kill. Cess gets a double kill as the Xbox and Dan both going down. K1A being beautifully accurate there.
That K1A is an absolute laser. Oh, boom, last minute C4. I love it.
That was great.
So moving in, all is even yet again against these two teams. 1 round apiece after the first 2 rounds, and it's pretty much a mirror of what we've been seeing, you know, all evening so far from these guys. Just trading blows back and forth. You know, everyone picking up the kills, everyone doing the job, opting to go to hooker and billiards to try their luck there and see if they can be successful this time.
Yeah, no, I would say that. And also, if the first round was any indication, sorry, the first map, well, the first round as well, these teams are very, very close in skill.
Well, they get better with time, you know. Dizlown started pretty slow in all reality, you know. What were Team Boost on match point for 2 rounds in Oregon? You know, Dizlown started pretty slow and then, you know, stepped it up a gear, and they managed to, you know, they stepped it up a gear and they managed to pick it up. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Dizlown do the same this time, although we are into the second map now, so there is a good chance that it's, you know, they found the stride now and they found that momentum that they need, and they're just going to get the job done at this stage.
I really like the castle pick here. Even though it didn't work out too well for them last time, it is a really nice pick. You know, without having that mirror, you very much will lose the control, and Castle, in a way, can give you that control back. It can allow your roamers to rotate very safely. It allows people to play on site while still contesting viable angles, and it also denies angles to the attackers.
Yeah, definitely. And ultimately, that is what it's all about, you know. I've never seen that before from Corey. I think
Well, he's just practicing his repelling skills for when he goes for the hot breach Candela approach.
That's his David Blaine coming out there. He's just prepping, making sure he knows what he's going to do.
The cameraman probably shouldn't have looked at that. You know, a magician never reveals his tricks.
Exactly. That's it. Medics is determined to reveal every Valkyrie camera and every trick. Sets is going to be taking control of Theatre and just putting a little bit of suppressive fire down onto Hall of Fame there, just to kind of deter this entrance from DJ Boo that it looks as though Team Boost are trying to make.
And Sets has just been allowed to play in here for so long. Crunch is going to come around to support him now into that hallway. And this is such a solid holder coming out from Dizlown. So much denying of that time. And this is exactly what we want from Yorumium. Corey's going to pick up Sets on that rotate. Multi getting that refrag back onto Mr. Xbox. A 4v4 situation now as Crunch trying to get a refrag of his own. Dokkaebi calls are going to go out to try and deny this. So many fights coming out. Corey's not going to realize it. Just to the left of this hole, there is Crunch on that. Oh my god, that was so close. He goes around for the repeat. He gets shut down by Sully, however, and now it's going to be a 4v3 situation.
Yeah, Crunch there doing his utmost to keep up those kills, but unfortunately just not being able to pull it off. We've got players pretty much all over the place at this point, and we're going to see, you know, into the final minute of the round, the diffuser is not in hand, so I'm not too sure where that is. I think it may be on DJ Boo's balcony, and as I say that, Corey goes out and picks it up as the Ying. So we could see a plant this time. We've not seen a plant yet go down. I believe Mooty there picking up the kill onto CT. So that will be Ash out of the picture. And that brings us all equal at 3-on-3 in the final sort of 40 seconds of the round.
And 40 seconds left means such a brilliant defense for Dizlown. They've wasted so much time on their roam game, but Dan gets that headshot onto Alfama as he goes for the cross. That Dokkaebi call really revealing his position. Last 30 seconds now as Blaz peeks around on the billiards room. He goes for the peek, he shuts down Sully. Very nicely played from him. 2v2 situation now as Muti goes for the rotate. And it's so close. The diffuser is in the hand and Dan is calling down this Vase hallway. And it's not looking great at all for either team. Corey goes down to Blaz, and now it's a 2v1 situation. Blaz doing work for his team right now, and that castle just fragging out. As Dan comes around, he tries to go for that diffuser plant. 3 seconds left on that clock. He just has to stick to diffuse. Blaz is going to realize that, and he picks him up for free.
I'm not sure if Corey forgot that he had Yings in his pocket there, but I'm pretty sure he had some Candelas to use. It did seem like he left himself a pretty easy pick for Blaz to pick off there from inside billiards room into the doorway and hooker lounge. So can't help but think that maybe a missed opportunity, you know, throwing out some Yings, creating a little bit of disruption and maybe trying to get the plant off a little bit sooner.
Well, you picked Ying for the gun.
Well, obviously, he wanted the, what is it, the hold, as soon as you fire one shot, that's it, you've got to keep the trigger held.
Exactly. Not for the candle.
Yeah, no one needs the ability. It's all about the gun. Yeah, moving in there, so that's going to take us into 2 rounds to 3. Dizlown are coming out of this one pretty strong.
Insanely close rounds coming out of this every single time. And it really does speak to how close these two teams are. I'm not sure if Dizlown are going to be able to clean this up, honestly.
I'm not sure. I think that Dizlown are moving into this pretty strong. And I think the interesting thing is that Dizlown, their map pick was Oregon. And Coastline is actually Boost's map pick. So
yeah, I mean, people say this a lot in sort of analysis of talking about, yeah, this is their map pick, they should be winning their map pick, right? But honestly, a lot of the time it just comes down to if you win the map bans or not. Because there's likely 2 or 3 maps that your team is really strong on, and if your map bans went your way and you got all 3 of those maps in the lineup, it's not necessarily that you picked the map and, you know, that's great for you. It's more that you had to pick this map because the 3 maps that are left are all your enemy's maps.
No, I do agree with that. All I would say is that it's a lot easier to prep for defense than it is to prep for attacks. So, you know, obviously with this being Boost's map pick in inverted commas, if you want to put it that way, then, you know, fair enough. Okay, if they've kind of lost the banning phase and they would have preferred a different one, but I wouldn't judge it until it comes down onto the defense, I don't think, because I think you can really prep for your defense, and it can be a little bit difficult to prep for your attacks. So we may see the tide shift when we come into that sort of 5th round, and, you know, Team Boost then switch up and go on the defense and show us what they have got.
And this is so slow yet again from Boost. And Dizlown are just dominating on this roam performance, honestly. They're doing so well with it. They managed to waste so much time last time. I think it's going to go very similar.
Yeah, surprised we've not seen a Jackal or any sort of... although it does look like Corey is trying to pressure downstairs. Blaz is going to go for the aggression and go for the run out. Doesn't manage to pick up the kill. Gets some shots into Corey, but Corey picks up the kill. Dan there, picking up the kill on Crunch. Alpha Armor trading it straight back out and getting Dan. Sets there, getting Corey. Corey being a little bit careless, just entering Sunrise Bar there. Didn't really need to. CT taking out Sets. Kills getting traded back and forth. 3 versus 2. 2 versus 2. Alpha Armor there picking up CT.
And this is honestly looking so much better for Dizlown. The frag grenade goes out. Oh my god, that just missed Alfama. He could push now with that smoke shotgun. He could really do some devastating work here, but he's not going to let it happen, as Alfama is going to still be playing very closely in Sunrise. 1 minute left to go on that timer, and Alfama is insanely lit up, but he does have the support of his teammate now, so it's going to make things a lot easier for him.
And Muti there just going for a little bit of a peek out of Blue Bar, just giving Mr. Xbox another angle to watch as he maybe starts to doubt himself in his positioning a little bit. Is he safe outside? Mr. Xbox is going to enter, and it does. Although Sully is going to enter, and he's going to come to blows with Alfama. Manages to pick up the kill straight away. Alfama, as we said, very lit. All down to Muti now on the Jaeger. The diffuser isn't in hand, and there is only 23 seconds left on the clock. The diffuser is inside the site, so bit of a difficult one. Muti is probably aware of that. He's putting some shots down through the window, unable to connect with any. And it does appear as though Dizlown are going to line up, or sorry, Boost are going to line up, but they did manage to just about pick the diffuser up, and they are going to get the plant down right about now.
And Muti in a really awkward position to try and retake this. Only 2 ways back into that objective. No open up hatch from above. So he's going to have an awkward position, but oh my god, Mr. Xbox going to look in the wrong way, but Muti also going to look the wrong way. Sully takes him down, and that's going to be round number 4 going to the attackers. But more importantly, Team Boost keeping up and bringing this to 2-2.
Yeah, Team Boost there saying, you know, enough is enough. I'm not going to take this anymore. Let's bring this back, and certainly doing that. You know, all about getting the diffuser down in those situations. I think that it's not something that we see all too much, is, you know, the diffuser actually going down. But, you know, definitely worthwhile in that case. But Mr. Xbox there just getting caught out in the cold a little bit there in the middle of the room. Obviously wasn't expecting Muti to have rotated around to the double window. But Sully, as ever, the, you know, there when you need him kind of teammate, and managing to pick up that trade straight away. We're going to see Billiards again now, and this is going to be the last round of the defensive phase for Dizlown. So it's all fair, 2-2. Let's see who can come out on top of the first phase.
Yeah, and honestly, I think these defenses have slowly been going into Dizlown's favor, but it's still insanely close. All the rounds have come down to just a few operators apiece on each side, and we just saw from that round huge amounts of refrags going on. Every single team here in CCS has been playing a lot for refrags, and I think this is definitely especially happening with Dizlown.
5 seconds left.
Yeah, I mean, the refrags there were proving absolutely crucial. It just makes things a lot easier, you know. If you're going to put yourself in a position to get a kill and get exposed, if you can have someone covering you so that you can get it, you know, get traded back out, it does make a lot of sense. I think I saw a statistic the other day saying, you know, the average kill distance in Siege is less than 10 meters. So you've really got no excuse in getting those refrags if they're the sort of ranges and distances that we're going to be dealing with. You know, 10 meters is you can usually have your eyes on your you know, your friendly operator if you're within 10 meters of each other.
For sure. 5v5, no picks just yet, because I mean, these rounds have been insanely slow yet again.
Yeah, we've not seen all too much aggression, which is, it's good to see, because I think one thing that both teams are doing exceptionally well is droning. If you notice when you're looking at the screen, you can always see at least one drone on the, you know, on the board at any one time. The sort of outline of the drone, if you will, and the little flag as to whose it is. You know, we're always seeing drones out here, and it just shows how much information they're gathering and how considered these pushes are actually going. Dockerby call is going to come out. Unsure if it did affect Jaeger. It must have done. Dan is trying to 12 hit the barricade, but conscious of letting himself be exposed when it does eventually crack. does look as though they're going to try and save the Ash Charge though, but Sully there picking up a grenade kill onto Muti. Blaz taking down Dan, so that is going to be, and then Corey, sorry, taking out Sets. Crunch then taking out Corey. This is the kill trading we were going on about. Blaz taking out CT. Quickly, this has become a 3 versus 2 in a matter of seconds.
But the diffuser is still in the attacker's hands. Mr. Xbox doesn't have it nice in his hands, solely just missing those headshots. And they're playing so far apart from each other. Hopefully Team Boost do start to come together now, but Crunch does take down Mr. Xbox. And now it's a 1v3 situation. Sully still holding this around. What a headshot from him onto Crunch. 1v2 situation as he tries to recover the diffuser now. But it's 1 minute left remaining and it's not looking great for him.
He's definitely got a tall order, and Blaz is going to be coming around on a flank, but Sully is well aware of it. Blaz just taking his time there to, you know, maybe think, I don't really need to do this. We know where the diffuser's down. He's just picked it up. He's going to now be approaching possibly through, you know, VIP going up the hallway. He's going to pick up the kill, but Sully has decided to crouch and just going to come to blows now with Alfama. If he goes into B, he does not have any frag grenades left, although he is going to, ooh, doesn't manage to get the kill. Alfama manages to hit the 180 and get the kill onto Sully, and that's going to lead Dizlown coming out on top in their defender phase of this map Coastline.
What a nice shot from Alfama at the end. Nice little flick at the end. Does manage to catch it up, and yeah, we're going to be going 3-2 to Dizlown so far, which honestly I kind of expected. I think Coastline is a little bit more defense orientated than Oregon was without a mirror.
Yeah, there's definitely more options on Coastline without a mirror. It's not so, you know, the sights aren't so beholden to her, I guess. Going to see a pretty similar lineup this time, and it looks as though Team Boost are opting for a downstairs hold in Bar and Sunrise.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs.
Again, seeing the castle come out. Castle pretty much crucial on this objective. For
Penthouse not being picked at all.
No, interesting as well. You know, Penthouse is a bit of a, it's very popular in ranked and, you know, other stuff. So a bit of a weird one that it's not come up yet. But I guess that these guys are looking at things a little bit differently and you know, trying to get that advantage. And I think that, you know, on the low key, I think that Blue Bar and Sunrise is probably one of the better ones.
On the low key, is that just a secret between us two and everyone who's watching?
That's a secret between everyone.
Alright, okay, good.
I just
glad
didn't
we
want
got
to.
that out of the way.
I didn't want
Yeah,
to.
you don't want to be. Yeah.
I didn't want to admit it to be one of my favorites because then everyone would know my my plans.
Well, obviously, yeah. You don't want everyone to know. But we are going to be moving it around now into round number 6. This is going to be the first attack from Dizlown, and on their defenses, they're going to have a nice little roam game. They delayed it by quite a lot. I'm wondering how much their roam hunt is going to be.
I'm surprised we've not seen a Jackal, you know. I'd have really liked to see a Jackal.
I mean, we've seen a Dokkaebi really. You need like a Jackal, a Dokkaebi, or a Lion to really turn things around here.
Yeah, I mean, they're on the board, so you've got to use them. And
well, there's no Lion on the board, so.
Well, no, Lion isn't on the board. No, you're right with that one. But yeah, I mean, Doc will be doing a similar job to Jackal, I guess. Doc will be, in my opinion, is better for if you've got an opponent pinned down and you know where they are, call it, really fine tune that location and hope that they try and push and move out. You know, if they think they've been located where they are, hope to try and catch them on a rotate in a crossfire. But we're going to see Alfama there just managing to pick up the Legion on the the Vigil on the scanner. And this is one of IQ's strong points, is the ability to hunt down those Vigils.
Yeah, I love the IQ pick as a counter to Vigil.
It's
I think
so
Vigil's
effective.
he's such a strong roamer, and we did talk about that a lot when he was banned on the previous map. And he is going to go for the peak now, but he doesn't quite manage to get it. Mr. Xbox just missing it barely as he does rotate back down. And honestly, not a huge amount of roam game coming out, but how does that Ying not die? Ying actually gets the kill. Nicely played by Crunch there as Mr. Xbox is out of it, and just 1 minute 15 left to go.
Down there picking up the kill onto Alfama, so the IQ getting taken out by the Vigil, not something that you see every day, and that's going to take us all fair in a 4 versus 4 with about 1 minute left on the clock. Little bit of map control being gained by Team Dizlown, And they've still got the Ying in hand, which is important. Bit unfortunate there for Mr. Xbox, unable to pick up that kill. But Citizen is going to go down as the Valkyrie. So that is going to be Sets picking up that kill. And another kill getting traded out. Dan is going to pick up Crunch. That's the diffuser downstairs in Office. So if they're going to want to plant, they're going to have to pick up that diffuser and get it all the way over to the site. With only 34 seconds left on the clock, that's going to be a tall order. Corey putting out some shots there and unable to pick up the kill. This isn't looking great for Team Dizlown.
Yeah, definitely unfortunate. As the smokes go out, the drop shot comes out. Oh my god. And now it's a 2v1 situation, all down to Muti as he goes. Flashbang's going out. Oh, that's unfortunate. How did the smoke get flashed from that? Oh, the Muti knife comes out, just hits him with the butt of his gun. As he moves it in, now it's all down to Corey, but he doesn't get it. Muti with the clutch as he shuts down Corey. And Dizlown going to be extending their lead to 4-2. I didn't think they were going to get that.
I really don't understand those situations. It's Corey has no business peeking it. He doesn't need to move. If he doesn't move, he wins the round. You know, play to the time. He doesn't need to pick up that kill there as the defender. As the defender, your job is to waste time and stop the attackers from planting, whether that's by killing them all or making it so that they're unable to get in or plant or whatever. But the diffuser wasn't in hand, I don't believe. And even if Muti did have the diffuser, he wouldn't have been able to, you know, get it down because Corey would have been able to pick up the kill. So, I can't help but think it's a missed opportunity from Team Boost that they really needed at that stage. Moving now into a 4-2. It's, you know, Dizlown are on a bit of a roll here, and they're going to opt to go downstairs again.
And a castle coming out again.
I think Castle's pretty much crucial for this hold, isn't he?
Yeah, I would say, like, the defense, honestly, from Team Boost is pretty good. You see that as soon as the diffuser goes down and it's not really near the site, that's a very bad thing, especially with how much time was left on the clock.
I think there was sort of 35 seconds left on the clock. The diffuser was down in the corner, underneath. And the problem is that it was also directly underneath a hatch because I think Crunch had it, drops the hatch, got killed. So it's not even like it was in the corner of the room without a hatch, so someone could have gone upstairs, watched it from upstairs. Obviously, there's not a lot of time left, so it's unlikely, but multiple angles to consider when trying to pick up that diffuser and then get it to the site. And obviously, these defenders are going to know that, so like I said, I really think it's a missed opportunity from Boost to just pick up almost a... I mean, it wouldn't have been an easy round, but, you know, almost just stand still and don't do anything.
Mosey did so well to clutch that out, but there was nothing wrong with the strategy, honestly. It was just kind of a throw at the end of it. Anytime you let a 2v1 go that way, you should really be picking up the refrag immediately.
Yeah, definitely. And I think there's a lot to be said for playing back-to-back in those sort of scenarios and, you know, taking an angle, you know, taking opposite sides of the room, try and make yourself a decent flick apart. But Alpha Armor there picking up an early kill onto Dan. Vigil going to be off the board pretty much straight away there, well, around the first minute mark. But, you know, fairly soon, as far as these guys are concerned, cams are going to get hacked. Crunch is going to pick up a kill onto Mr. Xbox, and this is all looking very good for Dizlown.
That's something you don't really see too often in comp, that Dokkaebi actually goes for the hack. There's normally not really enough time. There's a little bit of info from that, but it doesn't really matter that much. But there is a Valkyrie on the board. Yeah, so that is going to affect some things.
Had there not been a Valkyrie, I think that, you know, probably wouldn't have bothered to hack the cameras in that situation. But another call going to be coming out, just making it a little bit more uncomfortable for the remaining Boost defenders on site. And Crunch has managed to get himself all the way in the objective, and I would guess that he's going to start getting the plant down pretty soon. Corey, bottom of Cool Vibe stairs, ready to push up, but he's going to get hit with some shock and awe from Sets as the Zephyr.
Yeah, Corey is going to push up blue stairs now, and the Zephyr charge is coming out. Oh my god, this is so close. Corey trying to push back down instead, retreating all the way to Sunrise, but only 1 minute left remaining on that clock. And some picks really had to start going out from the defenders here if they want to even the scoreboard out. Dizlown doing so well to tear this apart, and that destruction that we were talking about so much really coming out here as Buck just has a Playday.
Are we thinking the diffuser's not gone down because of C4 potentially? Although there's no C4 left for CT, so difficult one. But Corey there managing to pick up a kill. Alpha Armor trading it straight back out. So leading us into a 4 versus 2. Sully has got a few hit points and a dream left. Not all too much. CT there still full health downstairs, but he is going to look to, you know, he's going to look to try and, you know, lock down these angles and, you know, play time. At this point, time as the defender is going to be your friend. You're going to want to waste that clock down as much as you can.
This is not looking good for Team Boost at all. As the Candelas start to go down, looks like the plant is slowly going to go out as Crunch pushing all the way in here. He's taking a very dangerous route to do that. In the last few seconds, the plant is going to start going down now as CT pushes up. How is that not a headshot? As he pushes around, but it's a 4v2 still. No picks from Team Boost right now as they push up to try and get this retake on the go, but slowly goes down. It's a 1v4 situation. CT trying to pick up anything that he can, but he's in such a bad situation, and he goes down to sets finally, and that's going to put Dizlown on match point.
I think CT will be really wondering how Muti managed to survive that as the Hibana outside the single window there. It just seemed like the unending amounts of bullets were going down that way, but a fantastic take from Team Dizlown and just showing that they really play this at their own pace. You know, it really doesn't matter who they're against, what the situation is. It's a bit like they're unshakable now, and I feel like they're really starting to hit the stride, chain the rounds together, and like you say, we're on match point now, so you know, it's time for Team Boost to really step up to the plate and show us what they've got.
What do you think is going to happen? Are they going to take the match point?
I'm not too sure. You know, I think that
we constantly talk about predictions, and then we talk about not wanting to make predictions, but it's such a good thing to talk about, like what is going to happen in the round. There's a big history now for the rounds. There's a big history between these two teams. Dizlown are very much the stronger team here.
I'll be honest, I'm pretty shocked that we're seeing Penthouse, but nothing that they've been doing has really been working. You know, nothing that Team Boost has done on defense has really worked all too well. So I'm pretty shocked we're seeing a Penthouse. I think it's gonna potentially throw Dizlown off a little bit, but looking at their operator selection, there's not really anything that they're missing to take on a Penthouse and Theatre. You know, if anything, it could just be, you know, maybe a Blackbeard would have been a nice to have, but not a necessary. I mean, CT there bringing out the Doc. That's an interesting pick for someone
I'm just disappointed in the defender lineup here. I do not think this is the lineup to take Penthouse, just because there's only a smoke and there's no other deny for the plant. There's no echo, there's no nitros, there's nothing really other than the smoke. That's it to deny the plant, and that's really what Penthouse goes around. You need to hold down the theatre, and then you deny the plant from there.
I'd like to have seen a Pulse, and I'd like to have... I mean, we've got a Legion on the board, so Legion can deny to a degree, but he can't actively deny. He's just going to slow down. Yeah, I'd like to have seen a Pulse perhaps play underneath. Maybe in place of this Doc play from CT, because, I mean, for a Fragger to pick a Doc, he's obviously got something pretty particular in mind that he wants to do with that. And Muti there going to pick up the first kill onto Dan, so Vigil off the board. Vigil probably one that I wouldn't have picked for this objective, purely because if he isn't going to be roaming, he's going to be in VIP. Bit of a waste of an operator, get somebody else. And that's a pretty early pick, really, in the way that these rounds have been going. Crunch there going to get down, maybe by Corey, perhaps. Corey with a bit of a run out, but he's not going to... Oh, he's just going to be going for the kill with the impact grenade. Doesn't manage to pick it up as Crunch gets reset. It's Corey there playing super aggressive.
Yeah, very unfortunate indeed. 4v... Oh my god, so many picks go out there from Boost. Very nice. And a 3v3 actually can come out of sets. Does get the refrag into Sully. CT with the frag of his own. CT with the double kill as Alfama finds onto Corey. Very nice 2v1. Mr. Xbox gets the kill, however, onto Alfama. And that's going to be Boost actually winning that defense.
I'd really like to see what CT did there, because I feel like that's a bit of a pocket strat. He picked an operator that we've not seen yet this series, you know, let alone him play it, and he's managed to pick up 3 kills. I think he was possibly all the way back in Theatre with a bit of an angle through to VIP double window, but I'm not too sure. But definitely standout player, looking to do that again, although not going to be able to choose that bomb site, so we're going to be going down to Hooker and Billiards, I believe. And we saw a similar thing happen in the previous matchup. Team Boost got themselves to match point, and then, you know, Dizlown came back and almost did the reverse sweep, if you will, managing to pick up all the rounds, taking them to OT, and then eventually winning. So, are we going to see something like that again now? Is Dizlown, they've been on match point now. This is going to be their second round on match point. They're going to really be looking to win this one, you know, to take the series, essentially, because, you know, if they take this, then they're going to go, you know, that's it. But if Team Boost take it, then we're going to see a third map, and I believe that third map is going to be Bank.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this is going to go to the third map, honestly. I feel like there is a big potential for overtime, however. Booster definitely woken up on this defense, and CT just went fragging out. It's very aggressive from them, which was quite surprising.
Yeah, well, I think they had to do something
5
because,
seconds
like you said,
remaining.
they didn't have anything really to deny. So maybe that was the plan all along, to play it in quite an
Attackers
aggressive
have
manner.
recovered their diffuser. Attackers
Looks
must
like
locate
Sully
and
there
defuse
just
the
getting
bomb.
ready. Maybe a bit of a drone toss, perhaps, or looking for a bit of a run out. Not too sure, but no one spawned there, so it will be won't bear any fruit. Yeah, I think they tried to play that aggressively on purpose, like you say, purely because they didn't have anything to deny plant with, so they didn't really want to even make a plant an option. But it looks as though we're going to see Corey there picking up an early kill onto Crunch, that run out paying dividends for him. And we're seeing a different team boost now. We're seeing very, very aggressive plays coming out.
Yeah, they're really relying on what I think we have been saying a lot of it, is that they do tend to have some of the superior players here in terms of gun skill, and they're really playing to that advantage. It seems playing very aggressively, taking out that Ying that early. That's a huge utility drop off, but Alfama with the refrag does find Mr. Xbox. That's Jaeger off the board. That's definitely one of the stronger frags here out of it as well, and that's looking very, very nice for Dizlown, I would say.
So the first Dockerby call is going to come in, and Citizen looks to be playing in Billiards Room, and a bit of a weird one that. I would expect him to be holding a bit more of a longer angle, if you will. Looked like he was playing pretty tight up against the window, but Dizlown have got pretty much good control over Theatre and Penthouse, and probably looking to push through VIP and maybe get that wall open for the long line of sight into Billiards Room. Although Sully's got a nasty little murder hole there. And I think that's going to be looking out onto the top of Cool Vibes. Oh no, down the corridor, actually. Down the corridor towards sort of Penthouse way. He sets there. He's going to just be putting a couple of cautionary shots down through that just to deter anyone from sitting on it.
Some nice little kill holes indeed coming out from Sully. But, I mean, this is a very defensive strategy now from Team Boost, and I think this is really going to hurt them a lot because they're doing so much better when they were playing very much aggressive angles and trying to take as many gunfights as they could. A lot of pre-fires going out there between Muti and CT. No one quite managed to get that frag though. 55 seconds left on that board, and it's very much a stalemate right now.
Yeah, I think that Team Boost don't play too well when they let Dizlown take their time. Sets there, picking up another kill onto CT. Blah, picking up a kill onto Corey. You know, Team Boost don't play well when they give the time to Dizlown, and Dizlown are really good at managing their own time and, you know, using it to gather information and make pushes that are smart. So I think that the aggressive play from Boost is, you know, what could drag them through this. But at this point, it's not looking likely they're in a 4 versus 1. Sully has it all to do. Manages to pick up the first kill onto Muti, but Alfama trades him out straight away. And that is going to be the second map to Dizlown. Coastline in the books, and Dizlown are going to be this match's winner.
Absolutely amazing plays coming out from Dizlown. Very, very coordinated. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Let's have a peek at the old scoreboard and see how everybody did. But Muti there certainly deserved the top spot as MVP. 6-3 total round count. So, not sure if we made a prediction, but I think we were right. It was a fantastic match, and you can see how far they're picking up 11 kills. So that is going to do it for the first game of the evening. We're slowly going to be moving over now into match number